I hope you're having a great day and I hope you had a great weekend. Well, today I want to talk about the power of visualization. We've spoken about this, we've done videos, we'll post them so you can watch them. But again, this is something that should be taught in schools. This is something that should be taught across universities. Every parent should be teaching their children and teaching themselves how to use the simple mechanism of visualization to literally change your life. And now when I say change your life, I want to be practical, I want to be upfront about it. It doesn't mean some magical change is going to happen in your life. What I mean is you can start to take control of many things that we think are out of our control. You see, today we're consumed with fear, we're consumed with anxiety and all of that stuff because we're out of control and we're disconnected from ourselves. A couple of months ago, I had a lady, she's 65 years old, she had breast cancer, ER positive. She went through her first cycle of chemo with all the normal side effects. She went through the second, all the normal side effects, third, all the normal side effects that come with chemotherapy. Okay, she was on our plan, so we looked at constipation, we looked at diarrhea, we looked at, the neuropathy effects that were happening, the falling hair. One fine day, we called her in and we sat her down and we taught her the process of visualization. I asked her that when you go through the chemo, while the chemo is going into you, what exactly goes through your mind? She's saying, Luke, from the time I wake up to the time I get back home that day, I'm only scared of the chemotherapy because I've read so much about it, how it can kill the healthy cells, how it can create side effects, how cancers can come back and all of that stuff. I heard her out. I said, well, what happens when the chemo is going into your system? She said, I'm only hoping that I survive through it, I don't die through it, I don't have side effects through it. We sat her down and we taught her this one simple process that changed every possible chemo cycle and side effect after that. I made her sit down and I said, when the chemo starts going into you, you need to just close your eyes and visualize that what is going into you is actually good for you. Now, your conscious mind knows that it isn't good for you because you've read Google, you've looked at opinions, you've spoken to people who have told you chemo is bad. Your conscious mind believes that. You need to visualize that what's going into you is only going to be great for you. It's going to kill your cancer cells, it's going to keep your healthy cells healthy, your hair is going to be intact, you're not going to have vomiting, there's not going to be any diarrhea, your fingers aren't going to cramp up and stuff like that. That's the only thing that you need to do. But she's saying, Luke, that's not the truth. I said, it may not be the truth, but it's what your mind has to believe. This 65-year-old lady, she's a school teacher. The balanced 7 chemo cycles that she went through after that, she came out without a single side effect. Without a single side effect. Is there magic in this? Absolutely not. We only changed the way she thinks about what was happening to her. Yes, she did have a little mild diarrhea, a little bit of mild constipation, but way, way better than all the symptoms that she went through before. So am I here to try to say that change your thinking and your cancer is going to disappear? Well, maybe yes, to some extent. It doesn't mean you give up your treatment. But we have people who have visualized themselves to good health. I have another story that's posted about 2 years ago on Facebook. It's there for everyone to see. We had a lady who wheeled herself in a wheelchair to see us. She lives in Africa. She's an Indian, born and brought up in Africa. She had multiple sclerosis. We understand that this is an autoimmune condition which attacks your nerves and everything else. The myelin sheath, it can impair your walking. You're reduced to a wheelchair and all of that stuff. We sat her down, we put her on her lifestyle plan, we changed the way she eats, focus on her sleep, and we taught her the power of visualization. Exactly a year later, this lady comes to see us. She flew in from Africa and she came walking with the assistance of a stick, no wheelchair. I was shocked. I was absolutely surprised to see this thing happen. We sat her down. She can now walk. She's out of a wheelchair. I asked her, what worked for you? Because in the field of lifestyle medicine, we want to know what works for you. So it reassures our faith in what we do, and we are able to share that with other people who have the same condition. She said, Luke, I did the diet, I started sleeping better and all of that stuff. But she's saying, my gut instinct is every single night I visualize that I would come walking to see you. Now, some people can laugh at this. Some people can say it's a miracle. Who cares? I don't care what it is. She came walking. The lady is healed. It's as simple as that. She visualized every single night before she slept that she would come walking. Now, I'm going to teach you the process of visualization, okay? There's no magic in it, okay? It works because take the simple example of when you were a child and a cycle. You learned to ride a cycle. You fell a couple of times and you learned to ride a cycle. Today, I can wake you up in the middle of the night and give you a cycle, and without thinking, you learn how to cycle. How many of you drive a car and at several times you find that you're focused on everything and you don't even know that you've automatically driven the car through traffic, through whatever it is, okay? That is your subconscious mind and you on autopilot, okay? How you ride a cycle is in your subconscious mind. So the moment you see a cycle, your subconscious mind gets activated and it does the job of you riding a cycle without even the influence of your conscious mind. Visualization has everything to do with your subconscious mind. I cannot tell you how powerful your subconscious mind is. So there are techniques. When we visualize, we activate the subconscious mind. Most of us don't even use our subconscious mind because we're so busy in the conscious mind. Oh, I read a WhatsApp, there are going to be possibly 3 million deaths with the coronavirus. Okay, conscious mind, fear, anxiety, what should we do? All of that stuff. It's also going into your subconscious mind and determining your behavior and your reaction for everything that follows. But we're so constantly in our conscious mind, which is why people learn to meditate. People learn to disconnect. So we can detach from our conscious mind and start filling our subconscious mind with everything that needs to be there. Okay, so I always give this example of children. This is a beautiful study by Dr. Bruce Lipton. Okay, children between the age of 2 and 7, their brains, their subconscious mind is like a sponge. You can put in all the good stuff that you want them to know for a lifetime. You can also put all the bad stuff in that they will know for a lifetime. Now, just because you put the good stuff in doesn't mean they have to behave that way. But guess what? It's in their subconscious mind. As they age and mature, they will always come back down to that value you put in them or everything else that you do it. So I always tell parents between 2 and the age of 7 and 8, that is your time to teach them life lessons, to teach them values, to teach them everything, to make them whatever you want them to grow up into. That is the stage that you have in your hands right now to put all that information in their minds. At the same time, if they start recording all the bad things, they see parents fighting, they see all of that stuff, their fears as they grow up into adults will always remain, which is why today most psychologists ask people who are going through depression, adults, they make them revisit their childhood. Because your childhood is so connected with the kind of person you are today. If you are an insecure person today, you've not just become insecure over the last 2 years. There is some connection possibly with your childhood, when you were in university, with something that's gone in your mind and stayed lodged in your subconscious mind. So it is so important for us to understand the importance of the subconscious mind. Now, how do we use it? How do we program the subconscious mind? Let's go back to class again. Multiplication tables, children learn it at a specific age, when their subconscious minds can grasp 2 into 2, 4 into 4, 6 into 6, and all of that stuff. You try teaching them when they're 15 and 16 years old, you're not going to be successful. There's a time and place for everything because your subconscious mind has the ability to grasp. Okay? Now, when it comes to visualization, let me first tell you why most people fail, why it doesn't work for them, and why it works for so many people. Like, I don't want to talk about other people's examples, but my entire life, everything that I have today and that I am today is a product of visualization. I'm not going to show off and say I studied hard, I did this, I did that, I worked hard and all of that stuff. No, I'm not going to make that my success story. My story is simple. Everything that I have today has been visualized with clarity. Most people fail with visualization because most people, even at this point in their life, they don't know what they want. They don't have clarity of thought. What they want is based on the opinions of what they constantly see other people on social media doing, movies, all of that stuff, or they're listening to them. So if you're in a friend circle that behaves below average, your life is going to be below average because your thoughts are below average. If you are with groups of people that inspire you, that lift you, that are creating, that are constantly doing good, you will be at that level of average. You raise your standard, your thoughts will change, and your thoughts will manifest into your actions and your behavior. So the first thing is, if you're in a group of people who don't believe that things like visualization can work, it's never going to work for you. Number 2, you have to have clarity of thought. What you want. I'm not talking about your life purpose. Many people live an entire life without knowing their life purpose. I'm talking about if there is something in your body that you want to fix right now, you need to know how clearly defined that is for you. People say, oh, I want to lose weight. That's it. That's a stupid goal to have. Okay, a better goal is I want to feel healthy and I want to look good. Now for you, that may be weight loss. It's a clear goal in your mind. The second reason why people fail at visualization is because they're scared of disappointment. You see, every human being is scared. What if I do this, but it doesn't happen? Well, we should be understanding right now that disappointment in life is real. You may pray for so many things and not get it, and you'll be disappointed. It doesn't mean you don't pray, okay? You may start a healthy program, watching your nutrition, working out, but you may still not reach your health goal. You may still fall sick. That doesn't mean you stop trying to be healthy just because you got disappointed. Okay, you may fail one or two, subjects in school. Okay, it doesn't mean that studying isn't good for you. Okay, because we're scared of disappointment. Humans today have become emotionally soft. We think disappointment is a bad thing. But the wise and strong people will see disappointment as an opportunity to grow. So you can see disappointment as a negative thing and you can be scared. So most people are like, Luke, how can you visualize so powerfully? It's because I'm not scared of disappointment. If it happens, great. If it doesn't happen, I'm still okay. It's okay to be a little bit disappointed, but you got to get a hang of yourself and get over it. So most people are like, I tell them, listen, visualize that you're going to be healthy, your treatment's going to get over, and you're going to be living a normal life, you're going to have kids, you're going to be traveling with them and all of that stuff. And their first question is, but what if it doesn't happen? And I'm like, what if it does happen? You're already scared of something which you've not even tried. You're scared of the disappointment. So if it doesn't happen, it doesn't happen. There's a plan B, a C, and a D. It doesn't mean you stop trying. So people give up too easily, and that's why visualization doesn't work for them. When you visualize, it is not the universe's right to give you what you want when you want it. So the simple steps of visualization is, number one, have clarity of what it is that you want in the sphere of health, relationships, personal goals, career, whatever it is that you want. You have to have a crystal clear picture. You should be able to close your eyes and see it in your mind. Now, visualization cannot happen without you seeing and without you feeling. So now let's take an example. I want, for example, let me just think that I want to visualize like an exotic holiday in the next 1 year, okay? So I close my eyes, I have clarity. What is this exotic holiday? Is it a beach holiday? Is it a fancy hotel? Is it a hill station or whatever it is? So I got to get down to that level of clarity. So it's on a beach, it's in the island, it's in the Maldives with blue water around, great food, tranquility, peace. I see it and then I feel it. Visualization is not complete without the feeling process. So seeing is not enough. Now I got to feel it. So in my visualization, I'm there. I can feel the warmth of the sun on me. I'm happy. There's no one around. I'm swimming at whatever time I want in the day. I'm coral diving. I'm doing whatever. I'm feeling it. I'm feeling happy. I'm feeling satisfied. I'm feeling content in the Maldives. So it is seeing and feeling. So if it's a better job that you want, you got to see that job. What exactly is that job giving you? You can't just say, I want a better job. Okay, that's not a goal. That's not clarity. My job, when I'm doing a job, I should be able to contribute. People listen to me. I'm able to execute. I go home feeling happy. My paycheck is good. I have more money to spend, so I feel happy. So it is seeing and feeling. This is visualization. Okay, so a patient going through cancer or any heavy treatment, whatever pill it is that you're taking today, imagine for it to be a pill, okay, that is, the moment you swallow it, it's getting digested, breaking down into beautiful chemicals that is killing the bacteria, killing the virus, looking after your cancer cells, whatever it is. And now I'm feeling healthy, I'm feeling strong, I'm smiling because I can go out, I can play, I can travel and all of that stuff. So it is seeing with believing. Seeing, feeling, and believing. If you do visualization, remember one thing, okay? When you visualize, it's not your job to figure out how it's going to happen and when it's going to happen. If you're doing that, you're still trying to be in control. You visualize and you surrender. And every night before you sleep, every morning when you wake up, you see that vision that you've built. Now, I do it in 5 different ways, but then I make it one story because I'm not going to visualize 5 times in a day. So I have my life divided into health, relationships, family, personal growth, and career. These are the important 5 spheres. Okay, and I'm very clear about every goal in these spheres, and now I've made it into a movie. So I just replayed a short 3-minute or 5-minute movie every single day in the morning and at night. That's it. Surrender it. When it's going to happen, how it's happening, whether it's already happening, is not for us to know. We have to just experience the seeing and the feeling part of this. And anyone can do this. A child can do it. For children, it's easy. Just tell them, dream about the perfect holiday. Dream about your perfect Sunday. Dream about how you want school to be for you. Because children will allow their imagination to be creative. It'll go into their subconscious. They'll enjoy the process. They'll feel the process. And guess what? They will materialize most of it. But with humans, we got to be careful of all our layers that come. skepticism, what if it doesn't happen, fear, all of these things, who's doing it, is this person doing it, what do I get if I do this, and all of that stuff. Break the layers and do it with an open mind. It's as simple as that. The best time to do it is before bed, okay, because when you slip into a deep sleep, just before that period of deep sleep, you are able to program your subconscious mind. Okay, I have patients today. I have little children with autism. I have little children with epilepsy. And part of the entire program is we encourage the parents that while they're in the depth of their sleep, to whisper into their ears how you want them to heal. So they're whispering into their ear, your body is healing, you're healthy, you're growing beautifully and stuff like that. And we've had fantastic results of parents reaching back to us and telling us that, Luke, we feel it is making a difference in them. This may not be measurable. It doesn't mean that we don't do it. We've grown up in this world telling us that everything has to be measured. Everything. Yes, many things have to be measured. Many things can't be. Can you measure love? Can you measure happiness? Can you measure joy? The basic human emotions cannot be measured. So there's a place for everything. Data, yes, important. Finances, all these things can be measured. Performance, measured, all of that stuff. But some things can't. That doesn't mean we should not measure these things. But things like emotions cannot be measured. They have to be felt. Emotions have to be felt. So visualization comes down to this. So like a simple visualization, right now there's a virus in our world, everyone's scared, you can visualize that there's a cure that's going to come, people are getting better, they're not dying anymore, in a few weeks or whatever, you're out there back at your workplace, traveling, enjoying, your freedom from quarantine. So you're creating the mental image of what you want to see as freedom from the virus. Okay, but you're constantly stuck on social media and the news channels picking up all the negatives, which is going in your subconscious and building you a same story of negativity. So we need to understand that when we visualize, athletes do this. Athletes go through training to visualize. We all know the case studies which are medically published of athletes, of runners. Okay, they have electrodes attached to their calf muscles, their chest, their traps, and their hamstrings, and they're asked to sit down, close their eyes, and visualize the start of the race till the end. So in their mind, they are running the entire race. Do you know what happens? The electrodes pick up the firing of every muscle. So them playing the race in their mind has fired off muscles in their body. So guess what? It's happening at a subconscious level. So these things are real. The science is real. Now, will you do it? It's free. Most things are taken for granted. That's why you don't do it. 2, if you're scared of disappointment, you got to deal with yourself. Disappointment is real in life. Okay, you may think you married the perfect partner, but you get disappointed after a while. So that doesn't mean you still don't look for love. It doesn't mean that you don't get married because, everyone's going through disappointment. I don't want to face disappointment. Disappointment is real. Be strong enough to face it. When we're accepting to facing a problem, the problem becomes easier to solve. When we resist it, it persists. And that is the power of visualization. Let me just look at my notes. Yeah, the last point is you visualize what you want. You do not visualize what you do not want. This is a fundamental rule. You don't say, I don't want to get struck down by the virus. You visualize, I want to be healthy. I want to have a strong immune system. If you're healthy and you have a strong immune system, you don't have the virus. You don't get the virus. That's as simple as that. So please understand the power of visualization. It is not a replacement for your doctors, your medical treatments, your chemo, although I have to say that there have been people who are visualizing themselves out of diseases, out of toxic relationships, out of difficult jobs. It is real and it works. All you got to do is try it. You lose nothing by trying it. But when you do it consistently. Like I said, the universe owes you nothing. Okay? It will give it to you if you're meant for it. And remember, intention is everything. If you're going to visualize something bad, like I want to visualize that, my competitors do badly, that this person gets punished because he's a bad person. It's not going to work. It's going to harm you. It is going to drain you with negativity. Intent is everything. Have the right intent. Okay, I can visualize $1 billion, but what am I going to do with that $1 billion is also part of my visualization. How much of it will go towards building a cancer hospital, doing free treatments, all of that stuff, and how will I feel when I'm able to do that? Intent is everything when it comes to visualization. Team, you'll have nothing to fear. Just try it. It can only bring the best to your life. And like I always say, if it works for you, great. If it doesn't work for you, it doesn't work for you. You don't have to discourage anyone else from it. Because let me tell you right now, out there in this world, there are millions of people who live their lives and attract every possible abundance in their lives with this little exercise of 3 to 5 minutes of visualization every single day. Have a great day, everyone. Until next time, eat smart, move more, sleep right, and breathe deep.